Now, I just got off the phone with one of my cousins. She said she seen the reports and it said that he was beaten and bruised. Both his arms was broken and he had a broken leg. I'm gonna let y'all do the math. Now, this school has history for being racist. Even going all the way back to the 1980 situation that happened with the sit-in. I love to refer to that situation because that was one of the significant situations that happened with one of the black revolts that happened at their school.
I'ma need Delta State University to come to the front, because they said there was absolutely no foul play in Trey Reed's death, even though he was found hanging from a tree on campus. Child, can they explain the alleged 2 broken hands, the broken leg, and everything the family members are now talking about? Well, based on reports, the family has retained Ben Crump, the nationally acclaimed civil rights attorney known for representing families in major cases such as George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, to investigate the matter further, because they are not buying the no foul play claim. But as much as they are pushing for answers, the question everyone keeps asking is simple. Will Trey's death be fully investigated, or will it end up as another hashtag, another name added to the long list of tragedies America never truly dealt with? Trey Reed was a 21-year-old student at Mississippi's Delta State University who was found hanging from a tree near the pickleball courts on campus early Monday, September 15, 2025. His death set off a wave of mourning across the university and prompted the cancellation of centennial events for the 100-year-old institution. Soon after, Delta State University police held a press event Monday afternoon, announcing that no foul play is currently suspected in Reed's death and that no threat to the campus exists.
Delta State University is deeply sad at confirming the deceased individuals on our campus. At approximately 7:05 a.m., the university police was notified of what appeared to be a body of a black male hanging from a tree central campus near the DSU pickleball courts. We later identified male subject to be 21-year-old DeMar Trevion Reed of Virginia.
In addition, Delta State University also released their official statement, saying, "Earlier today, Delta State University staff discovered the body of student DeMar Trayvon Trey Reed of Grenada, Mississippi, on campus. University police and local authorities were immediately notified and are conducting an active investigation." University President Dr. Dan Andes commented on the school's sorrow, saying, "Our community is deeply saddened by this loss. I have spoken to Trey's family and expressed our heartbreak. Counseling and support services are available to students through the O.W. Riley Counseling Center and to faculty and staff through Human Resources." The statement also noted that Delta State University Chief of Police Michael Peeler insisted there was no evidence of foul play and no ongoing threat to campus safety. It added that multiple law enforcement agencies, including the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation, Bolivar County Sheriff's Office, Cleveland Police Department, and the Bolivar County Coroner, are assisting in the investigation, and that all inquiries should be directed to Chief Peeler and University Police. But notice how they doubled down on that no foul play line. That's exactly where the pushback started. People on social media were furious, saying black people don't lynch themselves, especially not in Mississippi. And honestly, this kind of reaction isn't new. We've seen it before when grieving families are told, "Oh, nothing to see here," even though the circumstances scream otherwise. Trey's case hits a nerve because the image of a young black man hanging is far too close to America's ugliest and not-so-distant past. And here's where things get even heavier. People who've dealt with the school say Delta State has a history of profiling, and black students have long felt singled out. When you factor in that the university is predominantly white, those claims carry even more weight. So, when something like this happens, people connect the dots. If students of color already felt unsafe or profiled, Trey's death doesn't look like an isolated tragedy, it looks like part of a bigger, uglier pattern. One parent even shared a first-hand account. They said, "Our son was at Delta State 2 years ago and left fearing for his life. He was calling home about some of the things he and his friends were experiencing. White guys rode around campus throwing trash at them and shouting slurs. He finally got the tag number and called the police. They did nothing. Our son began putting pressure on the police department because it kept happening, but he never heard back about the complaint. Then he became a target, not just from students, but from the police. The parent went on to describe how one night their son had to run for his life from campus police. Eyewitnesses called the parents when their son was arrested, but when the family reached out to both county and city authorities, they were told he wasn't in custody. They stayed there for hours, refusing to leave, only to learn later that their son was being held in the back. The standoff lasted nearly 6 hours. Even though the whole incident was caught on video and witnessed by several people, the courts did nothing. The story went viral on Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Rishi, but still, no arrests were made. Their son eventually withdrew from Delta State because he feared for his life, saying he had been repeatedly profiled and could not trust the police to protect him. That account only fueled the public's demand that the Reed family push for justice. Social media rumors also alleged Trey had 2 broken legs and other injuries that would have prevented him from hanging himself. But the campus continued insisting there was no foul play. Bolivar County Deputy Coroner Maury Raw told the Mississippi Free Press that he assisted his colleague, Deputy Coroner Dwayne Proctor, in examining Reed's body. Raw stated that he saw no broken limbs, adding, "I don't think I should discuss this any further. My opinion is that it was self-done, and I have reasons for that." Still, the Reed family isn't backing down. They have retained Ben Crump, founder and principal owner of Ben Crump Law, a nationally recognized civil rights attorney often referred to as Black America's Attorney General. Over decades, Crump has built a reputation fighting systemic injustice through landmark cases involving police brutality, discrimination, and wrongful death. He has vowed to lead a transparent, independent civil rights investigation into Reed's death. In his statement, Crump said, "Trey Reed was a young man full of promise and warmth, deeply loved and respected by all who knew him. His family and the campus community deserve a full, independent investigation to uncover the truth. We cannot accept vague conclusions when so many questions remain. I stand with his family, and I will lead a team of civil rights leaders and organizations in pursuing transparency and answers." The family's fight already has strong public support. Online, people say this feels like history repeating itself, a young black man gone too soon, officials brushing it off, and a community left demanding answers. Some point to Mississippi's dark history, others to Delta State's reputation for profiling, and many simply say, "Black people don't lynch themselves. Period." People are also demanding answers about surveillance footage. In 2025, cameras should be everywhere on a university campus. Where's the footage? What happened in the early hours of September 15th should be visible from the moment Trey left his dorm until he reached the pickleball courts. At the very least, that footage should be reviewed by independent investigators, not just campus police. Of course, not everyone dismisses the possibility that Trey could have taken his own life. Some point out that college students face overwhelming stress, family pressures, financial struggles, relationships, and the weight of trying to figure life out. They suggest Trey might have been fighting private battles no one knew about. But even if that's true, the bigger issue doesn't disappear. If Trey did take his own life, what led him there? Was it the environment at Delta State? Was it profiling? Or, if he was lynched, who did it? And is the campus covering it up? At the end of the day, the truth matters. Trey's family deserves answers, the community deserves answers, and America needs to reckon with what this case really represents. Whether Trey was failed by the system, by silence, or by something darker, his story has struck a nerve. And with Ben Crump now leading the charge, this fight for truth is only just beginning.